is one of those very few filmmakers who has struck a balance between commercial and always thought-provoking cinema. Welcome to the NDTV, Anubhav.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
अच्छा इस बात से शुरू करते हैं. I saw your whole show. Welcome to the OTT world. You made your debut.
Thank you.
And first question: how did you manage the kind of actors you have in this? It's like, it's said that it's more difficult to get dates of the character artists than actual big stars. And to get all of them in one frame, from Naseeruddin Shah to Pankaj Kapur, I mean, I can't even stop naming them. How did you do this?
Actually, if you ask me, दोबारा मैं करना चाहूँ तो क्या मैं कर पाऊँगा? I will not be certain. Because sometimes some things happen serendipitously. It was that serendipity. I wanted them. I went to them. They were very kind to participate. And बाकी logistics भी dates और वो सब भी workout हो गया और it just happened. So जब मैं more specifically in that location where all of them are together, वहाँ पर जब मैंने इन सबको साथ में देखा ना तो ऐसा यकीन नहीं आ रहा था कि ये हो रहा है. और वो 7 दिन की शूटिंग थी उस सेट पे और लोग ना सिर्फ शूटिंग देखने आते थे, बड़े बड़े एक्टर्स और डायरेक्टर्स और कैमरामैन की चल क्या रहे यहाँ पे. एक दिन कोने में तापसी पन्नू बैठी हुई दिखी मुझे, वो किधर छुप के कैमरे के पीछे बैठी हुई थी. तो मैंने कहा तू क्या कर रही है? बोली नहीं मैं देखने हूँ. तो
Because it's like a film school.
Yes, of sorts. And the kind of camaraderie and the kind of cooperation, those 7 days are the most blissful shooting days of my 30 years of directing. When I look back, dude, you've got Naseeruddin Shah and Pankaj Kapur standing there and you are directing them. It was like the first time I ever said one more to an actor, an artist, was IC-814 sir. I had just joined as an assistant and he was dubbing something. And Pankaj Parashar, my boss, he asked me to go and attend the dubbing. So he knew my language was good. So he said, go. So who is it? So I went there. Now this is the first time I'm seeing IC-814. And IC-814 sir was dubbing. And he finished and I had a problem. And I could not bring myself up to saying, sir, one more. How do you say, one more to IC-814? But then I said, sir, एक बार और करें सर. हाँ बोलिए करते हैं. उन्होंने एक बार और 2 बार किया. I felt like the same Anubhav Sinha who was saying one more to IC-814. Okay. वैसे भाई एक और करें. हाँ करिए. तो बहुत मजा आया. I'm so grateful to them all, each and every actor of IC814.
We were just talking about it that you cannot watch it like एक एपिसोड अभी देख लिया बाद में और एक एपिसोड देख लिया. I saw a whole film. It was for me a whole film together.
5 hours.
5 hours. Yes, I spent 5 hours doing this. But so tell me, when you are making a OTT show, what difference did you feel while making a film or making a show? Was it any different? Was it the same? Was it double the work? How was it?
The only difference is the time of writing. Then you have to let go of the audience after this much time and then you have to bring them back. That's the only new game that you have to play. Otherwise, shooting it and editing it and everything else is the same, like films. And there is a different art form. Writing television is a different art form because, we release a film and we do a month worth of promotions to bring them once to the theatre. Imagine you releasing a film in 5 parts. 1 episode will release every day. Do you think you can bring them back 5 times? No, you can't. Just because they're at home. And then the whole game of writing that I will let go of you and then I'll bring you back and I'll let go of you again. That's a very dangerous game to play. And that's where the idea of binge comes from, that you make it so binge-worthy that the audience doesn't go. So you're saying you can go, but actually don't. And so that's a game that you play with the audience.
When you're making a film like this, which involves the government, which involves the army, what kind of guidelines do you have to follow that you have to show the series? What are the guidelines basically?
Do I look like a guideline kind of guy?
No. That's why I asked you this.
That's the answer.
So you didn't have to show it to anyone. And it was
I wouldn't do it. If that was a condition, I wouldn't do it.
when you were coming up with a show like this, do you think twice about anything before you put it on the screen?
Anything is controversial. I mean, if anybody wants to find controversy in your beautiful pink shoes, there's controversy there. But then you can't second guess a controversy. The people had a problem with Thappad. I was like, what? Why? They were very upset with me. I don't know why. So I never imagined for the kind of trolling it offered. So you can't second guess it. You can hope and pray, because who wants to be a part of any controversy?
You have made a film like Thappad, like you said. Nobody thought you will get trolled for it. Well, I loved that film. And now when you look about how women are being treated, how they are not safe in their own workspace, how do you feel?
I mean, that's something that we should have been talking for a long time and for a long time to come. And this is a matter of societal discussion, and we should start re-educating kids about respecting each other. Kids, and then maybe 15 years later, it will be different. But we have to start it now.
One thing I always thought when I meet Anubhav Sinha, I'm going to ask this question. A person who has made Thappad, what is his opinion on a film like Animal?
I haven't seen Animal, but I haven't seen a lot of films, so I haven't seen Animal for that reason that I'm opposed to it. I think that is a love story made by a man who looks at a love story like that, and it's his prerogative, it's his right. And you have the right to not like it or criticize it. Everybody has a right to make his film. If the film crosses the line of the CBFC, and if the exhibitors are willing to exhibit it, it's anybody's right to make a film. It could be politically incorrect, but art does that all the time. And that's Sandeep Reddy Banga's prerogative to look at love in the manner he chooses.
But what do you think?
Look at the popularity of the film.
Yes, but what do you think about portrayal of women in cinema? While we say that, cinema is a reflection of the society, it is also the other way, right? So a lot of times we have seen films where eve teasing is normal, where pinching somebody's waist is normal, toxic relationship is normal. Don't you think that also affects what people think?
I think you are cherry picking on the subject matter. You're cherry picking, and of course it's wrong. But there's so much more that's subtly ingrained into our psychology since we are kids. I have made Thappad. I believe in Thappad. But I fight misogyny every day within my own self, because I was brought up to be a patriarchal kid. So this goes down to, it's much worse than the events that you mentioned. A woman is seen as an inferior since she's 5. Since she can understand what is inferior, she feels inferior. It starts there. Why should she be looked at in a manner where you can pinch her bottom? She should not be brought up like that. A man never fears somebody will pinch my bottom. So we have been brought up incorrectly in terms of misogyny. This needs to change. I think all women, every woman and every man should start fighting for re-educating, realigning our children's minds. And then a generation later will be different. I don't think this is a law and order situation. I don't think this is a cinema situation. It's a raising up situation. Children have to be raised differently. They have to be actively taught every day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.